Hey there everybody, it's me, Heidi Hollis, and I'm doing what I promised I was going to do, and doing more of these videos. And what I'm going to do today is going to be pretty fun, actually, because it's an interest of mine to talk about anything out of the ordinary. And I don't know about you guys, but lately, okay, it's been a while, but I watch a lot of paranormal shows, and they really kind of leave me seeking more as far as answers. And I hear from a lot of you guys who tell me, Heidi, I watched this show and they got it wrong. It was shadow people. I'm like, I know. And it's just so aggravating. So, you know, I am going to watch a show, and I invite you to join me in watching this show. What am I watching this time? Okay, I'm going to watch Paranormal Survivor, and it is Season 3, Episode 7, called Multiple Spirit Disorder, okay? You and I are going to watch this together. So go onto your on-demand, this came out not too long ago, this episode, and start playing it with me and see if you agree with whatever it is I come across in this. This is going to be something new that I'm going to be doing from now on. Paranormal screening with me, Heidi Hollis, okay? We're going to do this. We're going to rock it out. Hey, somebody's saying hello. Hi there, how's it going? All right, so take a moment. Get Paranormal Survivor. Pull it up on your screen. Multiple Spirit Disorder. It is Season 3, Episode 7. I have not watched this, so we're gonna enjoy the heck out of this together, right? I've got my popcorn though. You guys may not be as prepared as I am, but and let me tell you, I make this popcorn really good. Coconut oil and salt. That's it. And then I've got an undisclosed orange soda. I can't show you because otherwise it'll get censored. Oh, and for anybody that's going to try to censor this, that's my own book in the background, okay? Somebody made that for me. They framed my book cover. So, don't censor this video. I'm not promoting anything but my own products. I got my cervical pillow, and I'm going to enjoy the heck out of this. All right, here we go. Away we go. Oh, why is it saying restart? I don't want to restart. I want to watch this. Okay. Did you guys get it? Season 3, Episode 7. All right.
The most scared I've ever been in my life.
You are about to see real people.
What the hell is going on here?
Reliving horrifying paranormal encounters for the first time.
I knew without a shadow of a doubt that that was a ghost.
When multiple spirits haunt the same home.
Fear. Instant fear.
I buried this for nearly 30 years.
Okay, I gotta tell you guys something. Usually when I watch these shows, I spot shadow people or the Hat Man or both. Usually. 90–95% of the time. You think that's a coincidence? It's not. I could tell you why later.
Prepared to be afraid.
Or prepare to be afraid, everybody! Incident occurred 2004, Lands, Illinois. Debbie Smith.
Paranormal Survivor 3, Story 23, Debbie's Darkened Home, Interview with Debbie, Marking.
Which one? Farmland.
We moved in here in 2003. First time I seen it, something drew me to it.
She seems to regret that decision.
Shortly after moving in with her husband Kevin and daughter Celeste, Debbie began to feel there was something not quite right about the house.
I'd been unpacking boxes
3
and came downstairs for a break. I was sitting at my dining room table, and all of a sudden, every door upstairs just opened and closed on their own, over and over again.
Time to move out, right there.
So I ran upstairs to make sure there wasn't anything there, or I hadn't left the windows all open.
just a
I
hint.
realized there was activity here.
Yeah, there's a lot of activity. You just
But
moved
it
in.
wasn't just Debbie who experienced bizarre and frightening activity.
So I saw my daughter Celeste started hearing the voices.
I always like that name,
in the
Celeste.
attic.
Like celestial beings or something.
Children hollering, "Mama, let us out. Mama, please let us out."
Oh, I got chills already.
She said that they were crying, they were screaming. All she could hear was children that were very upset, wanting out bad. And as if their mother had locked them in there.
Oh, wow. Ugh.
Oh, she was very scared. She told me she heard it for at least 2 or 3 months before she decided to just move out.
Her daughter
Soon after
left.
her daughter left,
She was smart.
Debbie's granddaughter, Keisha, came to live with her.
I acquired custody of my oldest granddaughter. And within 3 months of her being here, I would go into her bedroom and she would be sitting in the corner, just all in a ball. She would point towards her closet and tell me that she could see the man.
She described seeing a man holding cutting shears.
Cutting shears? Edward Scissorhands! Run!
She told me the man in the corner was going to burn our house down and kill us all. That's pretty upsetting. There's something bad in this room.
I'd say so.
If Debbie thought things were bad then, they were about to get a whole lot worse.
Kevin worked evenings back then, so I had went to bed, and for some reason I hadn't dozed off yet.
Debbie thought she heard Kevin return from work, but she was in for a shock.
Creepy man. Pinstripes coming in. Oh, plaid shirt. Oh, he's getting in her bed. Oh, hell no.
I could feel somebody give me a kiss on the forehead and say, "I love you." And it sounded like Kevin. Oh, he's home early.
He's got glowing
When
eyes.
I turned over, though, where the face should have been, the eyes, there were no eyes. It was just white lights.
Oh. He's hideous.
It had exactly my husband's work shirt on. It was his face, everything, haircut, hair color. It was his voice,
Wow.
everything but his eyes. There were no eyes. It was unlike anything I've ever seen.
Hold on. So when something is imitating somebody that you know and love, that is something super powerful. Okay? That's all I can tell you. That is, yeah. That is no good right there.
I just froze until it disappeared, and it just vanished into thin air.
Well, it said it loved you.
I was very, very scared. I don't think I've ever been that scared in my life. I still get upset when I think about it.
Probably wet
To
the
this
bed,
day.
sadly.
A doppelganger is an astral projection of you. So it is, in fact, a twin of you, but just in a different form. Sometimes a doppelganger actually is there to warn the individual about impending doom or something that's going to happen that sometimes is very unpleasant.
Doppelganger? It's an extension of yourself, and it's just there to warn you? It had no eyes. I have seen things mimic and mock, and I'm not kidding you. Just last week, same thing. I don't know if it's something I could talk about right now because it was absolutely chilling. It happened at one of my siblings' house, and we both heard this thing mimic somebody. And I've seen something totally look like my college roommate, and it wasn't cute and it wasn't positive. No eyes. I love you. No. I'm warning you. It is
Though
the
she
thing to
was
be
scared,
warned of.
Debbie tried to shake off the strange incidents, but there were more to come.
I was cleaning Keisha's room. And I seen a little girl walk past the doorway.
Oh, a doppelganger.
Well, then the next thing I know, there's no light at all. The room's just dark. And it scared me so bad I was yelling and screaming. That was the scariest I'd ever been because I wasn't sure what was going to happen next.
I thought you
I
were...
didn't know if that was going to be my last day here or what.
She keeps looking
She
so
had
disturbed.
long, brown, wavy hair, the white, creamy colored, like the old nightgown style they would have worn in the 1800s. She was probably between 7, 8 years old of age.
Things took a dangerous turn when the spirits became physical.
Keisha was in front of her mirror in her bedroom, and we were just talking back and forth. She was combing her hair,
Oh, she's a cutie.
and I watched her get picked up off the ground and thrown over her bed.
Oh, probably a doppelganger.
I could not have lifted her up like that and threw her that far. I ran into her room to make sure she was okay, and the eyes on the picture were glowing red.
Ugh. I don't think it was a doppelganger. Trying to warn her, just so you know. Okay, we're zipping through the commercial break, because that's just what I have to do in order to be able to put this on YouTube without advertisement. Sorry, I can't show you the actual footage, because then this would not be allowed to be shown on YouTube. Gosh, there's a lot of commercials. All right. Okay, hold on. I gotta forward so much. Okay, here we go.
When Debbie moved into this unassuming home, she had no idea she would be swarmed by spirits and paranormal activity.
I would have moved out a long time ago.
I ran into her room to make sure she was okay, and the eyes on the picture were glowing red.
The Pegasus eyes are glowing red. Weird.
She said, "He's in the picture, Grandma. Get him out." She was screaming about the picture on the wall, having demon eyes. I didn't know what to do.
She broke it.
We both left the house.
Wow. Who is he she's speaking of?
Sometimes multiple spirits will come into a home for a number of different reasons. Sometimes there might be a portal that's opened that will bring in multiple spirits. Sometimes there's a very strong entity or energy that is attracting other spirits and bringing them in.
Fearing for her granddaughter's safety, Debbie sent Keisha to her friends and called in paranormal investigators Greg Fields and Mickey Garrison.
So here, come in.
Thank you.
When we first arrived at the house, we were heavy chested. It's like hard to breathe. And like we had that feeling that we weren't welcome here at all. It was like somebody was trying to push you out. Me and my investigator, Mickey, we went upstairs. And I had my cell phone, I was recording, and I just sat it down.
It's a flip phone. That's 2004, right?
I feel somebody poke me in the back right here. Just like a little finger. That's when we got the little girl saying, "Mom, Mama, Mom."
Who are you? Where's your mom? Why are you here?
Not a little girl.
The little girl goes, "You need to get out." She tried to warn us to get us out so nobody gets hurt. I really do think she's here to protect.
Then a different, darker voice spoke out.
She stuck herself then.
We did have one male come through. It was like a deep growl almost. It was kind of almost like a dog growl. You can tell that it was demonic.
Fearing a stronger demonic spirit was present, Greg decided to cleanse the house immediately.
That ain't gonna work.
Salt
Ain't gonna work.
and sage
Not gonna work.
and some white candles to do the cleansing of the homes.
Not gonna work. Won't work. Sound like a hellhound.
As you're blessing the home, you're saying a prayer.
Saint Michael the Archangel, defend us from the wickedness and scourge of evil. Eliminate this demon, save this soul.
Oh, weird image they just had of a dancing cross. I don't get it.
Greg and Mickey thought they'd removed the evil entity,
I was sitting here in my dining room.
but the spirits in the house were stronger than they thought.
Something just literally hit me hard in the chest.
Right after they cleared it.
Mickey?
How'd it went work?
What it was or why, but then it made me, I felt sick to my stomach. And I was doubled over, and I'd never had anything hit me like that before. Oh, God.
This is the most active home I've ever been in. We don't believe that they're completely gone. I think cleansing the house helped a little. I feel that there's a little girl still here. And I know that there's a man still here.
I just grabbed my car keys to my cell phone and headed out, knowing that whatever that is still in this house still terrifies me.
You're still
Whether
there?
the spirits were protective or not, Debbie couldn't take it any longer and is now desperately looking for a new home so she can move out.
Oh, hold on. Wasn't that 2004? This is a new episode. She's still looking for a house? She had issues from the start. I don't understand why she's still... I think it's safer to sleep in your car. Interesting. I don't think it went so far. The only thing that leads me into leaning, like, was probably shadow people involved or the Hat Man. Glowing red eyes thing. And being able to shapeshift and mock things. I'll tell you real quick. Woke up to my college roommate in my room. And I'm like, Samantha? What are you doing in here? And this thing smiled. Hi. Hey, Dan. How's it going? And this thing smiled, and the smile went all the way up to the ears like the Joker. And I'm like, ooh, you're not Samantha. I'm like, get out of here. It was really creepy. I didn't understand it. All right, so we're going to the next story. For you that are just joining me now, watching Paranormal Survivor, Multiple Spirit Disorder, and this is Season 3, Episode 7. We're going on to the second story. I watch these shows and I'm just like, I get so angry watching them sometimes, and it's like, what the heck? So this is getting good, right? Sorry, I can't show you the episode itself, but you can hear it. But you could also watch it along with me. But, you know, YouTube would totally rip this down if I did.
Sometimes multiple spirits are bound by a location, while others are bound by a horrific event. An event those spirits might want to repeat with the living.
Incident occurred 2004, Hamilton, Ontario. Kelly.
Paranormal Survivor 3, Story 25, Kelly's Haunting, Interview with Kelly, Marking.
Hey, Dan.
We bought our first home in November of 2004. We were really excited to move into our house.
She was
we had
pregnant.
so much to look forward to.
She's pregnant, moving in.
Soon after moving
Bad.
in, unusual and troubling things started to happen.
Bad sign.
you would start to hear certain noises and like different creaks. I really honestly thought at first it was just a house. This is just something I need to get used to. Everything's so new to us at that time that it was just brush it off, not a big deal.
In her wildest dreams, Kelly couldn't have expected what was about to occur.
When I looked up, I'd seen this figure of a gentleman standing there.
Told you. Hat Man. 9 times out of 10, shadow people, Hat Man. Freaking Hat Man just walked into our living room. God, he's such a bastard. He's like everywhere. Every time I watch these shows, Hat Man, shadow people. I knew he would be creeping around at some point. That man's got to end. I'm so sick of him. The emails that I get, I have hundreds, if not thousands, of emails that I have. Well, I know I have thousands from the past, but I couldn't even get through them all. As Messenger on Facebook, it's weird if they're not your friend. It goes into this hidden folder that you don't know until you get a special request. And then I see all these hundreds of messages, and I'm like, holy smokes, and they're years old. It's just crazy. There's a lot of commercials. I'm just skipping them. Sorry. They look really interesting, like really interesting commercials. But not for right now. Not for what we're doing this second. Alright, come on. Come on. There's so many paranormal shows these days. I have my favorites. I don't watch ghost hunting shows so much. But maybe I should, since I'm going to be doing these more often. See if I could scream along with them all, right? Take a lot to get me to scream about it, but... Alright, so... if you guys don't know me, I laugh about the paranormal because it's so horrific. And just kind of always... I don't know, it's just one of those things where you're like... I knew it. You know one of those people that could tell you what would happen at the end of every movie? I feel like that with these paranormal shows and paranormal happenings. Alright, so we're hitting play again.
Soon realized they weren't alone.
When I looked up, I'd seen this figure of a gentleman.
Ah! Hi, Stephanie. You first heard me on Coast to Coast? Sorry, the message faded away before I could read it all. But welcome. We're enjoying the show. Paranormal Survivor.
Standing there.
Hat Man with a cowboy hat, trench coat.
And he has this like brim of his hat that you could tell the details of. And he's looking at me and I'm looking at him.
Hi, Stephanie.
It felt like our eyes were locked.
Wow. Oh, that's very cool, Stephanie. Okay, so this is really cool because she's sitting in the living room. It's broad daylight out. Her husband is in the kitchen cooking. Hat Man walks straight in, pretty solid, walking straight up to her, eyes locked. Wow. He really meant business. When he does that in broad daylight. Oh, London Times, what? Oh, hey, Dan. I was reading what you said. The reflection on my camera here screen makes it hard for me to read. But that is absolutely crazy that he did that. It's not that common. He does show up in daytime, but it's not that common. I actually tell people to leave a light on for a source of protection. I do. Oh, that's cool, Dan. That's awesome. Tell them to call me if they want to learn about shadow people and Hat Man. This poor girl. I mean, first off, there's 2 people. Her husband is right there. Hat Man was that ballsy to just come trekking right on in there and broad day. This is going to be an interesting story to see what was so important.
He then turned and walked through the doorway and disappeared. At this point, we were not feeling very safe in the home. The shadow man...
Hold on, I just gotta rewind that. Just to... Cool, Dan. I'll talk to you soon, I hope. To answer your question, Stephanie was asking, the kids in Waukesha, the 12-year-old girls that attacked the other 12-year-old girl, I believe that one of them actually did see the Hat Man. Probably went online, Googled Hat Man, you know, man in a black suit that shows up to kids, and Hat Man does that. I mean, uh-oh. Why does it suddenly say very bad connection? I'm sitting here in my home. Makes no sense. Very bad connection. Hatman hates when I talk about him, so he messes with crap. Though he's not allowed in my house. Just to be clear, let's make a little sign of the cross over here. In Jesus' name, keep him out so he doesn't mess with my recording. So anyways, yeah, so I do think so. And they just so happen to come across Slender Man versus Hat Man, but I really think that's who they were trying to appease. Look at the similarities. Hat Man, Slender Man. Go after kids. Both very tall. Too darn similar to be a coincidence. Alright, so the woman's continue to talk about her encounter with Hat Man. And I used to call him Hat Man Shadow.
At this point, we were not feeling very safe in the home. The Shadow Man was not the only thing that we had seen in the house.
Yes, I think something's messing with our connection. She called him Shadow Man.
One particular night, I was laying down and I felt like something was telling me to open my eyes. There stood a little girl. So I instantly turned over in the bed and kind of like elbow him as hard as I could to get him awake, like, Nathan, wake up! When I turned and looked at her, her face was this close to my face.
Oh, no.
And I screamed.
Oh!
She was looking me dead in the eye. Nathan, wake up! She was then gone. I knew without a shadow of a doubt that that was a ghost and that you're not supposed to be in my home. That was when I was more scared than ever.
As scared as she was, Kelly couldn't help but feel that the little girl was trying to tell her something. Warn her. Especially after Kelly's daughter Natalie was born.
Each evening when Nathan would leave to go to work, it kind of became a routine for me to gather all the things that I think that I would need, and we would literally bunker down into our master suite.
Oh, poor woman!
Each night felt like forever.
Oh my
One
gosh.
particular night, I was watching a show, and I decided to look up into the mirror when I heard those sounds.
Don't look in mirrors at nighttime, I don't.
And when I looked into that mirror, there was the little girl.
Ugh.
I didn't know what to do with myself because I didn't know what to do.
Terrified, Kelly couldn't understand what the spirits wanted with them, and with nowhere else to go, she and Nathan stayed in the house. But things took an even darker turn a few years later when their son Elijah was born.
If one of those experts come on and calls Hat Man, like, the ghost named George was just upset that you moved into his house, I'm gonna throw something at the screen.
One particular night, he
Night,
was
Steph.
just at that point of crying where it was like a high-pitched scream. And he was consistently doing this for several hours. You try to do everything that you can to figure out what the problem is.
Problem is Hat Man.
I just couldn't take it anymore. I went outside and I took the baby monitor with me.
Oh no. Oh, what? She's having a cigarette
I
outside.
heard a male voice come over the monitor. What it said was, "Go to sleep, boy."
Oh!
It terrified me so bad that I didn't know if I even wanted to go back into the house.
Oh! Oh, I got chilled.
When I ran into his room, he was laying there, quiet as can be. I was looking around the room to try and figure out what in the world was in there.
Don't look in the mirror.
Nothing had ever happened. Everything was back to normal.
Okay, so you guys, Hat Man. That's a brand new baby that she had that had issues and was screaming nonstop for hours, she said, where it would just get to her. But Hat Man can instill such fear in an infant to have fear enough to shut up because he said so? What does that tell you? I've had others write me of stories when they were a kid, and Hat Man, one was a toddler. It always blows my mind when people can recall when they were so small that they were in a crib that was up high. I remember a couple of things when I was that age, but this guy wrote me and he's like, I recall seeing the Hat Man, and his mother did too, probably helped keep the memory, and having the fear instilled in him so much from the Hat Man that he knew to shut up or he was going to kill him. I mean, you can't tell a kid to shut up and they'll listen at 2.5, 3 years old. I mean, they gotta cry, they just cry. But he can yell and put such a fear for their life like that? That is horrifyingly scary. Absolutely horrifyingly scary. Ugh. And here's another one. It's like Freddy Krueger.
Next, the entity started to focus on Kelly's daughter.
The
Natalie
entity.
was terrified.
Okay, good night. Mwah. Sleep tight, okay?
She was saying, Mom, there's a scary man in my closet. She started to tell me that he had like an old t-shirt on and really dirty jeans, and that the boots that he was wearing had like blood all over the tops of the boots.
Ah! So they showed the little girl and her face was bloodied, like in her nose and stuff. And I'm going to tell you at the end of this, I can already tell what the problem is and why Hat Man is there. This is just twisted. And I have to tell you, too, I've spoke to the producers of this show. And I told them, you might as well just have me come on as an expert, because every single show, every single episode, practically, you have somebody that's dealing with shadow people or the Hat Man. And they said, we know. But they don't... how can I say? They don't compensate anybody on this show. They just reap the benefits as one of the top paranormal shows out there, and they don't share that with anybody. So I guess fly yourself out there in hopes of helping them out with their hit television series. Isn't that crazy? Oh, hey, Steph. Oh, yeah, you'd probably be a mess with, because it says it's clear, Stephanie, on mine now. It was saying I had some issues, but it's all good. I know this evil crap. Do a little blessing over the top of your device. That's what I did. There's a little sign of the cross and say, Jesus, keep it out. Because now my stuff is clear. All right, we're going to continue.
Okay, good night.
When Kelly decided to endure the haunting of their family home, she never imagined the spirits would target her daughter.
Something dark, Stephanie.
She was saying, Mom, there's a scary man in my closet. She started to tell me that he had like an old t-shirt on and really dirty he was wearing had like blood all over the tops of the boots.
Poor girl.
What's wrong? Are you okay? You okay?
I had never seen her this scared before.
Mom knows there's crap in the house. She leaves the kid
The
alone.
closet door in there had opened by itself. Now this was a closet door that had like, where you have to unlatch it. And Natalie is too little to have even gotten up on a stool and still be able to reach it.
Kelly wondered if the spirit of the little girl was warning them about a darker entity.
Yes.
The next day, Kelly investigated who or what could have opened the closet.
I noticed that the closet door was yet again opened. And I shut it.
Terrible.
And I make sure it's latched. Okay. And now I know without a shadow of a doubt, this closet is closed.
Shadow of a doubt. She puts the latch up. It's really high up on the door,
I
too.
heard this latching sound, like, and that gets my attention, and I turn my head towards it, and sure enough,
Right
this
behind her.
closet door had unlatched itself and opened.
Oh!
That terrified me. I go and I slam it shut this time. And at that point, like, I'm starting to get so afraid and scared at this time. I don't know if it's gonna fling me back. Like, if it's gonna open again while I'm doing this.
It could. It's shoving the door open on her.
I felt like there was something maybe pushing back on the door to try and open it. And I was just taking whatever I could in my power to help keep this door shut.
It's terrifying. Oh, she's got socks on.
What was on the other side of that closet? I have no way of knowing what it is capable of. I started to reach out to Jesus.
Only Jesus, honey. The door opens up all the way.
So I was hollering for it to go away.
In the name of Jesus, get out of this house.
And I said that several times before I felt like it had gave up and that I could like let go.
She used Jesus. That's what you do. You throw Jesus at it. Something's pushing the door. Cool, Ted. Well, this woman is ballsy. You don't go and check to see what's in the closet, but she just did. I would never do that.
Kelly and Nathan finally called in paranormal investigator Brendan Shea. He began by researching the history of the house.
All right, paranormal investigators.
It's important when you start to investigate a location that you kind of want to get a sense of what was going on in this area.
Oops.
In
I'm
the area
excited.
where Kelly Nathan's house was, there was an infamous murder that happened where a man murdered his mother and had 7 kids and he murdered all of them.
Ugh, that's sick. Oh, that's gross. Who kills all their family like that? Paranormal Survivor, Season 3, Episode 7. Okay. So, I paused it. So these people have had the Hat Man coming through, a man with an axe, and a little girl with a bloodied face telling him to get out. Okay. At the end of this, I'm going to tell you guys what is going on. Why is Hat Man there? What's going on? Right now, they asked some paranormal investigators to come in. And interesting enough, they haven't shown them with equipment. The guy's got a big crucifix in his hand, going through, getting freaked out. That's where we're at.
The feelings told me that this was definitely a room that we needed to check out because a lot of the claims came from this room. And now I'm getting a sense that there was somebody watching. Somebody watches all the time.
I'm watching.
We have digital voice recorders that we ask questions to try to get EVPs. Who are you? Why do you watch this family?
Who are you?
He's asking
What with this family?
with the crucifix.
Why are you watching them?
I'd say he's afraid.
We were sitting there asking questions and we heard somebody whistle at us.
Oh. I get chills watching this.
We have to pray.
They drop to their knees.
It got serious real quick. The environment changed.
The closet door is shaking and they drop to their knees in prayer. The ghost of the guy with the axe is coming out of the closet.
I just started saying the prayer like really loud and trying to let this thing know I want my house back.
You know, when they don't describe the ghost actually how it appears coming out of the closet, they just show that the closet door is shaking, right? And the guy with the axe is coming out saying, "Get out." But the witnesses weren't saying they saw that. So did the door just fling open and they kind of added that little punch in there because it's a TV show? It could have. I don't know. Paranormal Survivor usually has 2 to 3 stories, so I'm fast forwarding through the commercial. My popcorn.
Frightened for their lives, Kelly and Nathan brought in paranormal investigator Brendan Shea to rid their home of a powerful evil spirit.
I just started saying the prayer like really loud.
Back, please! Back!
They close the closet door after saying, "Our Father."
The energy changed, that it felt different in that room and you could tell that it left.
So they didn't see it. You could tell that it left, they said. I think this worked.
The environment felt lighter and just so much easier.
It's my
and like
guess.
a breath of fresh air.
Like it stayed gone.
With the expulsion of the murderous entity, the other spirits were free to move into the light.
The ghosts are gone, and that kind of makes you feel good as a parent to be like, you know what, we felt like we have really done something here to get rid of this hell that we had been going through. It felt like we had our home back.
Okay. End of that segment. So, okay, this is interesting. So they said once it got rid of the murderous spirit, the others were able to move into the light. The other spirits were. Okay, now recall, there was the axe-wielding spirit, who they kind of portrayed as being what they were pushing through the door. And there was a little girl spirit. Okay, those two we get. Hat Man? No, 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 no. Hat Man is totally different. Hat Man was there because he was holding those spirits there. A lot of people, if you've read my books, you would know this kind of stuff. But Hat Man is a controller. He is a demon, the demon of all demons, perhaps. And he made his presence very well known in what he did, and walking straight up to this lady in broad daylight. He is no joke, and he is very, very, very strong. So yeah, this negative energy was created. This guy killed, 7 of his kids with an axe? And one of the kids was still running around there, and so was his spirit. He created a very negative environment right there. And Hat Man was there to kind of keep that environment going as it was. Now, the thing that kind of worries me about this guy who killed his entire family is, was he inspired by the Hat Man? Because that's something that he does as well. So that's kind of sad. And to see him right next to, hanging with these beings, these other spirits that were there, kind of concerns me that he may have been inspired that. But also, Hat Man, he didn't go into no dang light. Are you kidding me? He put out the light. he helped create that environment. So it's absolutely freaking, I don't know. It's just, what do you say or do? Spirits went into the light. Hatman and going no freaking light. All right, we're going to the next story. They have 3 stories in this episode. It's awesome. Here we go.
Reliving a past tragedy that has bound multiple spirits to your home can be a horrifying experience. But when the human spirits try to defend the living against something much darker, the results can be overwhelming.
Can it? Incident occurred 2013, Windsor, Ontario. Angela. This
Paranormal Survivors 3, Angela and Sid's haunting. Interview with Angela. Take 1.
a lot of Canadian hauntings because this production company's there in Canada. I'm so glad one of their experts didn't come on. Oh, hold on, I gotta tell you guys. So why that blessing worked, why I knew it would work for that second episode, second story, is because the homeowners were involved in the blessing. When somebody tries to do it for you, just watch the pattern. It doesn't work.
We were all excited. There was schools nearby, I worked nearby, everything was really close, and then the place itself was huge.
Wow, Mom, this place is awesome.
It was everything that we were looking for.
Remember the big bedroom's ours.
Ha!
This house was in a beautiful neighborhood, very quiet.
I was really uneasy and uncomfortable. I felt like it was haunted right from the beginning.
You moved in? I would have been gone.
Happy and trying to put on a brave face for the family.
You're paying the bills. Why put on a
For
brave
the first
face?
few weeks, Angela was able to keep her anxiety at bay.
It's a townhouse. It's interesting.
From the very beginning, when I was walking down the stairs, I felt like there was somebody behind me trying to push me down the stairs.
Oh no, that would be the end.
My wife was very freaked out, and she was pregnant at the time.
It did push her down the stairs, and she's
when
pregnant.
I got to the bottom of the stairs and I looked back around, I saw her.
Ah.
She was dressed in Victorian style clothes, and she had her hair up in a Victorian style bun. She didn't look like from our time frame at all. She was walking down the stairs, and then like a hand came out and kind of pushed, and I watched her tumble down the stairs, and I saw her neck break.
Oh. Oh.
But that wasn't the only apparition.
Did you hear that? So, okay, she felt hands push her on the back. So she got shoved halfway down the stairs. She just so happens to be pregnant. Once again, it seems like pregnancy attracts every piece of crap that could come through the orifice of another universe at you. And then she gets up. Her husband helps her get up. She turns around. She sees this Victorian-style dressed woman coming down the stairs and sees a hand shove her down the stairs and watches her neck get broken at the bottom. Ugh. I wonder if she heard it. Ugh.
Angela would see around the house.
Disturbing.
There was one that would come to the front door. It was like a soldier from World War I.
Where the heck
It
is
was
she?
like he was trying to come home after the war. He was constantly jiggling the handle and trying to open the door.
Oh! Man with
It was too scary.
a bowler hat trying to come through the door.
It's not uncommon for a house to be haunted by more than one entity. Once one entity gets in, it's actually easier for other entities to come into the property.
It wasn't long before Angela's son William had a terrifying experience of his own.
Okay, so the expert said it's easier for the next one to come in if there's one there. Maybe because there's a portal. That might be the clue as to why there's more than one. There may be running water nearby. Seems to be another way to get through. And the lady's pregnant, which seems to be like an open vessel for any kind of piece of crap in between. The ethers? That would be my answer.
He was home alone one day and he was taking a shower. He said he saw hands pressing in on the shower curtain toward him.
Oh.
He felt like it was something mean, something evil. He freaked out, ripped open the curtains to try to fight whatever was there, and there was nothing there.
Usually if it is a big event that happened causing a fire, multiple deaths, multiple casualties, it's going to cause more than one entity. It can be multiple events, it can be multiple times, it can be different centuries. If a vortices is there, that's where the spirits are going to go.
A vortices.
Soon after, Angela encountered the same entity that terrified her son.
How's she know? She didn't see it.
Going into the basement, it
He
was
did.
so unbelievably cold. Like, not just normal basement cold, it was like walking into a freezer.
And you don't go down when you feel it
I
that
could
cold.
like see my breath like it was a winter's day.
Oh no, you turn around. Something's
I
down
could feel
there.
like somebody was breathing in the back of my neck, and it didn't feel like a person. It felt animal-like. It was very, very scary. I felt this overwhelming fear
You know,
in the pit of my stomach that
she
is
gets the sock
undescribable.
thrown at her
And when I turned around, I saw
because she knew better. She felt the cold. She felt something was animalistic, so I just took my sock off and threw it at her because she deserved it. Sorry.
a shadowy figure standing in the corner.
Shadow people? What?
Started to grow and get bigger. It felt like it filled up the whole room.
Oh boy, that one.
I felt like maybe it was demonic. It was so creepy and scary. And I just ran upstairs and I was crying and I was upset.
And I tried to comfort her, you know, what's wrong, honey, relax, what's going on, talk to me. And she was crying, she was absolutely scared out of her mind. And I thought our family was in danger after that.
I gotta pause it there. Okay, so she said shadowy figure she saw. Once again, shadow people. But then they showed the Grim Reaper looking entity. He's not a shadow people. He's not a shadow person. He's something else. And I think I have to take him on in a book because I get a lot of emails about him as well. I have hundreds probably of him alone. And I don't know what that sound was. Did you hear it? Nobody else is here but me watching this. I don't let crap in my place though. If something creeped in, it's the neighbors. It's their garbage coming through the walls. And just clear it out again anyways. I sleep well at night. So yeah, this Grim Reaper guy, he's got issues and he works alongside of shadow people. He works alongside of Hat Man. It's like he's friends with everybody. He's cool. He's buds. But he's not a shadow person. He may, look at that. Bad connection once again. Bad connection. I am sitting here in my own home. Something is jacking with me. Oh, and see, and I heard where my internet is set up. That's where I heard the sound. Like something's twiddling with it. Let's see if this bad connection clears up. Hold on, I gotta say another. Let's see. Jesus' name. Keep all negative things out so it doesn't mess with my stream. Or come messing up stuff in my house. Look at that. Still bad connection. That is jacked. That was a hard piece. Slender Man is fictional. It was something made up in 2009 by a guy named Eric Knudsen for a Photoshop competition. I think maybe he experienced the Hat Man. Maybe he doesn't want to say that. But what are the odds he's as tall as the Hat Man? And look, the connection got better. Saying in Jesus' name. So Slender Man is not a real thing. Hat Man, if you listen to what he says, he's a demon of all demons. And when people feel him, when they see him, they feel that. Hat Man was never human. We're going to see the last few minutes.
After I had Colin, the Victorian lady would follow Colin wherever he was, whichever room that I laid the baby down for a nap. She would stay there with him.
The family was frightened by the entity.
Hold on. Something is trying to mess with me. I don't know if it was this flickering, but we'll see. I was just hearing a lot of noises and I don't know why. It is raining outside, however, so who knows? Ugh, that was weird. I don't like hearing sounds that I'm not aware of. My hair is a mess. I'm in my jams. I don't care. Let's continue. I have an extra sock to throw at the screen if I so feel it. Because that lady knew better to go in that basement feeling all that she did.
He is in the house, but after Angela's son Colin was born, the spirit of the Victorian woman became a welcome guardian.
She broke her neck on your stairs.
She was trying to protect him from something. He was maybe a month, maybe 2 months old.
But she wasn't strong enough to keep the demonic presence from the baby.
I laid him down for a nap and we were downstairs.
The Grim Reaper shadow's coming back. Not a shadow, but Grim Reaper entity. That soda's good. I'm fast forwarding through the commercials. So, Grim Reaper looking creep is creeping up on the baby.
And then all of a sudden, we heard this loud bang.
Shh, what was that?
We both looked at each other because it was coming from upstairs where Colin was, so we were scared.
So I freaked out, and I ran upstairs. And there was our son on the ground.
The baby
Terror went through my heart.
was taken out of the crib and thrown on the ground.
We were so scared.
And we have no idea how he got out of the crib. I couldn't believe
2
my
months
eyes.
old.
You know, I told my wife, this is impossible. How can this be?
Drop
How
the
can you
baby.
keep them safe? How can you keep anybody safe if that's going on?
Yeah. Huh.
Fearing for the safety of their baby,
Close up
Angela
of
and
a
Sydney
spider.
called in psychic medium Gay Calhoun.
I remember walking up to the house.
They got a psychic. I can't wait to see what they'll usually like. Well, no, when it's the Hat Man, they'll try to say it. Oh, this spirit named Larry or something. But this is clearly because it's got a hood on. They'll call it a demon. I'm pretty sure she'll call it a demon. We'll see. We'll go from here.
The place had an odd energy to it. My impression was, I believe this is really almost overpowering.
psychic could barely push the doorbell.
I walked through the house and I thought, there's something wrong on the stairs.
There's a woman here who was murdered on the stairs.
Broke her neck.
I was stunned. I was speechless. I was like, wow. I thought, well, okay, my wife is not crazy then. You know, she really is seeing this as well. It was a reality check. I knew that something was really there.
Yeah, it was.
Gay detected a powerful negative energy coming from downstairs.
Let me get my other sock off.
It almost owns this place.
I'm ready.
Gay thought that it was the spirit in the basement that would come up to frighten us. She knew something was in the basement and she knew it wasn't nice.
The energy in the house didn't feel human.
It wasn't human. She got that right.
You could hear grunting and other animal sounds. It was not human. It was demonic.
Oh yes, it was. I hear some ghost hunters don't like to hear
Agreed that we were all in danger.
demonic stuff. She agreed you're in danger? No!
I had no idea what it was. And it made you weak in the knees, like you didn't want to face this.
She's an interesting psychic.
I found that to be hard to deal with, hard to get past because it had a great deal of power. And it knew it.
It was yelling to get out.
It yelled, get out? That's
I
bad,
was
demon.
terrified when I heard that.
Oh, they're gonna get rid of it. This will be done with. It's my prediction.
At first, the cleanse appeared to have worked.
It felt better for like a day or two.
Oh.
But then it felt like it came back, but way worse.
You didn't go through the house well enough.
3 days after we did the cleansing, I was sleeping and I had heard 3 very loud bangs. And it woke me up out of a dead sleep. As soon as I walked into the kitchen, I had this feeling throughout my whole body. And it was, you know, like fear. Instant fear.
Oh, it tore up their kitchen.
The doors were open, the cupboards were open, the fridge was open, the faucets were turned on, and it was just absolute chaos. I was absolutely frightened. I froze. I couldn't believe my eyes.
Yeah.
This can't be happening. Like, we had just done a cleansing on this place. What is going on here?
I was scared. I felt like it was not going away. I felt like we needed to do something else.
I don't think they took charge in that blessing.
We decided to call in the priest and have the house blessed by the priest as well.
They had a priest come? I don't think that worked either. Sorry. The priest's gonna get scared.
There's things in the house that he had to exercise to get them out.
Oh, hold on here. Hold on. Do you know how rare it is to get a priest to say he would exorcise something? That's fascinating because usually they have quite a few steps to go through to use their energy for such a thing. Exorcists of the church, they're rare and they're hard to find. And they're quite busy because Hatman's busy. So, Now, why I thought that the blessing that they did before worked is because they showed the house owners holding up the cross saying a blessing at the thing. But maybe it was just that instance and they didn't go through the house blessing it. If they didn't go through the house blessing it, that's not going to get rid of it. This priest is exorcising, and if the homeowners are involved in it, this might work. This really might work. But what's weird and fascinating to me with this Grim Reaper type of thing, he tends to hang out in basements. Why? Why does he hang out in basements? I don't know. Dank, musky. That's why he needs a hoodie, because it's cold down there. I don't know. All right, so the priest is going through saying he has to exorcise it. That's interesting.
No evil. He knew that the evil entity was in the basement.
The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want.
When we got down to the basement is really when it started to happen.
Be gone, beast.
Wow.
Doing the blessing, there was a book that flew right behind him. I was scared when he was doing the exorcism. I didn't know if one of us were going to get harmed during this.
During the exorcism. This might work. It looks pretty ugly. I don't like looking at ugly things.
Right at the end of the exorcism, it was just bang, and then everything stopped.
That might have worked.
And then you could feel this light come in the basement. It was beautiful.
We moved out shortly after the blessing.
They didn't take any chances. They moved out right after the blessing. Oh, there goes a chemtrail. They put a lot into it just to move out right away. Oh, the baby was still very young. They're showing the end.
I felt like my entire family was in danger the whole time we lived in there.
Oh, my recording ends very promptly. I don't catch the last bit. I don't know why it does that. I need to change the recording of this. So, anyways, that was fascinating to me. So there's no real testing to see if that blessing worked. I'm guessing that it did, just because, I mean, I'm sure they didn't move out the exact next day, so I think that this had to have worked. That's my guess. And, I don't see like a follow-up to another story, somebody else that moved into that place and had the same issue. You know what's wild to me? Like, it was a townhouse. The lady was dressed in Victorian clothing. That was just bizarre. But once again, a Grim Reaper type of entity was helping to trap the energy of the victim there. That's where something negative has happened. 9 times out of 10. There's a shadow person hanging there, Hat Man's there, or his buddy, the Grim Reaper looking dude. That Grim Reaper guy, I have to do more research on him. I'm not quite certain what his whole essence is, because some of the stories I get about him are so varied and so different. I mean, he could walk outside too. He's very tall as well. He has bony fingers, and I've had people, it just gives me chills. People tell me how they've been lifted out of the window and by him. He hangs out in basements mostly, and he really is typical. Grim Reaper, sometimes he has a what do you call it, a seath? One of those sickle-looking things. That he usually has one of those. Not always, I shouldn't say usually, but sometimes. It's just like so like out of the movies. I don't get it. He doesn't usually enter people's dreams, though. Hat Man does, shadow people do. But not that guy. Not that freak of a bastard. Nope. I love insulting them. People are like, aren't you afraid? Well, I'd be afraid if I didn't have any faith. If I didn't have the power of the sock to throw at things. Just kidding. No, I have to have faith to throw at these things. And that keeps me feeling pretty darn confident and safe. So, fascinating. Fascinating show. I think that was a good episode. I have another one here, but I'll save it for the next time that I do one of these, because there's just too many of these shows that are showing these freaking shadow beings. And just like on the last, the second story in this clip, they called it a spirit. Oh, and they called Hat Man spirit. Oh, and the other spirits were released. No, the dark entity is what holds those ghosts there, because of the negativity that happened there, that they may have inspired, that they may have created, and they are sitting there in this cesspool of negativity, and they can encourage more to join the pool of victims, killers, people that have killed themselves. It's sad, but it's a constant, and sadly, I see it too much. I see it way too much in these shows. And I like watching Paranormal Witness, Paranormal Survivor, and A Haunting. The Ghost Hunter shows, there's one out there that is so absolutely like fabricated. I can't remember which one it is. I don't watch that one. I watched a couple of the episodes. I'm like, wow, this is like, doesn't follow the pattern of things that I know. And then I'm like, let me type this in. Somebody has to be on this to say that this is fake too, when sure enough it was fake. But yeah, I hope the other show, I can't remember what it's called. What the other show is called that's totally fake. And then the Ghost Hunter shows, I don't watch those very often. I think everybody in the beginning watched those, and I found them interesting. But then I was like, you know, I've lived in a haunted house growing up since I was 7 years old, and I've seen UFOs, I've seen creatures, I've seen alien-looking things too, and demons. I've had some angel encounters. I've had some Jesus encounters, and it's like, wow, you know, you find a pattern with things. I'm not a psychic or a guru, but man, if I could lend some advice to help people figure this stuff out, I'm gonna do it. And when you watch these shows, do it with some discernment, that the people that come on don't have all the answers. I don't have all the answers. Nobody should claim to have all the answers. But for some reason, when you see it on television, you think, this is totally for real because that person said it on screen. Well, that person saying it on screen, I mean, they're just doing what they feel is right, and you can't blame them. I mean, this, like, I know with Paranormal Survivor, they're not paid to talk about this stuff. They just come up with the things that come off the top of their head, and they just go with it. I mean, I think it's interesting. Do I always agree? No. That's why I'm doing this. Boy, these are so good. Did you ever try Baby, like, which is this apple banana fruit blend? It's like for babies. And one of my friends brought it into work. I'm an occupational therapist. Am I off center? That's what I was talking about. I sure am. But somebody brought this into work, and I was like, wow, this is really good. It has to be made of the right stuff because it's for babies, right? Oh, that's a good one. Wow. Pick these up. So anyways, yeah, so when you watch these shows, watch it with discernment. Try to figure it out. It's entertaining, but it also creates a thread of what people think is true. Because back in the day, before internet, people actually got out of their homes and met people who have experienced odd things, and you got to look people in the eye and tell if people were telling stories or not. And then you kind of hang out at other people's homes and you chat some more. You really start to get the vibes and the feel of things. And yeah, but now we sit and we watch these shows and we let them dictate to us what the definition of things are. And sometimes when we do that, we lose that people element and that ability to discern. And I'm willing to try to discern it with you. Watch these shows, hopefully figure it out. But not always, because I don't have all the answers. And if I did, you guys should turn me off. So anyways, this is the first of many episodes. And I've done a couple others here and there, but I want to do this more on a consistent basis because these shows are kind of making me angry they didn't call. Call me. You don't know the shadow people or the hat man running around there destroying people's lives. Heidi, oh my gosh, so those two things that you named and you wrote those books on, we really need your help. Well, I'm here, okay? You know where I'm at. Call. I'm sitting here eating baby food, making my own popcorn with coconut oil and salt. It's really good. Yeah, so give me a call. But anyways, you guys, thank you for tuning in. This was fun. And I'll be just doing these randomly. I really want to watch the next episode. I think I have like 2 saved on here or something. The others, I believe they're on demand, so, or they're not. I think that was a problem I ran into. And we'll just do that, okay? Yeah, we'll just roll from here. So, all right, guys, thanks. And if you have any questions, I do a radio show every Friday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Go to irnchat.com or inceptionradionetwork.com, and you can find all my archive shows for The Outlander. Listen to all my shows for free. So far, between that show and the show that I co-host on Tuesdays, I have 1.5 million listeners. They just don't know I do YouTube. So it's all good. So, all right, guys, if you have any questions, go there. Go to HeidiHollis.com. Send your questions and emails to me, too, there, and I'll do my best to get to them and answer them. All right, you guys take care. Stay positive. Enjoy paranormal screening.